fight for God, honor, country, establish yourself like you don't care. You fight!
Good afternoon and welcome back to Visualize History and Lore. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to install version 2.0 of the American Civil War hardcore submod that I've developed along with my good friend Hunter over on our Discord. Make sure to go check that out where you can find games and active community. So today we're going to be showing you how to install the new version 2.0 because it is wildly different from the last install tutorial y'all had, which was 1.7, which had to do with files moving around and all that stuff. You don't have to worry about that anymore. The new version of the mod has a launcher, has an installer that I've created for y'all, and it comes with so much more content. So before with 1.7, it added all the units that were at Gettysburg straight off the order of battle. Well, now with version 2.0, you have the units that were not only at Gettysburg, but were at Shiloh, at Manassas, and at Chickamauga. So the Union and Confederate posing, and then you also have, say for example, the 9th Corps that was at Antietam, and the 10th Corps that is Department of the South, which is the 54th Massachusetts. So very, very cool. You can bring all that stuff now at their historical scales in their proper armies with, you know, all the order battle setups. It's absolutely incredible. It is the closest recreation to this sort of uber simulation of the Civil War you can get to. It's a lot of great fun. We have a good fun over on the Discord. Make sure to go join it. But if you want to download this, all you gotta do is come over to the ModDB page, which will be linked down below. You come over to the files and you download it here. It's gonna download at it's funny, I have WinRAR set up because it's just so natural that you guys need to unzip and do all those things where you don't need to do that anymore. That was literally just me muscle memory going to that. And then once you do that, just to really quickly show you guys real quick, if I go to my Napoleon game here, if I launch this, it's going to launch vanilla. And if to show where your game is installed, and this is pretty important, you just come over here, you're going to right click on your game, go to manage, go to browse local files. This is where your game is installed. And you can see here, if you click on the address box, you scroll out a little bit. Can you give me some more room? Okay, it's not going to do it. You can see here, it's on my E drive, Steam library, Steam apps, common, Napoleon Total War. You're going to need to know this location. But the most basic location for you guys is probably going to be on your C drive here. This is probably going to be the location. Obviously, there would be Napoleon here, but I have it on my C drive over here. So it's pretty important you guys know that. So just keep that in mind. What we're going to go ahead and do, this is what you'll download right here. I just have it right here already. I've already had it downloaded. That's what you got directly off ModDB. It will appear just like this. I just dragged it onto my desktop. We're going to go ahead and open it really quick. It's gonna just take a second and it's gonna pop up with an administration permissions. You're gonna click yes to agree. That's why my screen went black there for a second. And then here you go. It's gonna bring you straight, and you can pick whatever language you want. There's quite a variety. We're gonna go ahead and go with English, obviously. Just go ahead and accept through this. And then here's a basic install tutorial for those who maybe just more rudimentary want to read about it. But here's the basic install location where I said it was going to be. But again, if you are not sure this is where yours is, and you know that you've modified the position, or maybe you're not sure, it's always good just again quickly come to your Napoleon Total War, right click, hover over manage, come over to browse local files, and then right here, wherever it leads you to, just next to Napoleon, right click off that, or click on that, copy and paste that over to here. So just like that. And then for you guys, it's going to be different. But it's just for me, and it'll be for you. But no matter what you do, if you go to browse local files, it'll ensure you get the right location. And then all you're going to need to do is click next, or if you want to go straight through the browse, you can do that as well. But I don't find that necessary at all. You're going to click next, and then you're going to say yes. This thing already exists. Would you like to install that folder anywhere? Yes. Go ahead and create a desktop shortcut. Actually, I already have one, I think. No, it's uninstalled. Perfectly good. And I'll show you how to uninstall this later as well. And then you're going to go ahead and create a desktop shortcut. Click next, then go ahead and click install. It's going to take a few seconds to install here. I don't have time to edit this right now, so it's not going to be uncut, but it's not going to be cut, but it doesn't take that long either. Real quick while this is going, let me go ahead and mention that this is perfectly compatible with NTW 3 now that we have the launcher system as well. The files do not mix at all. So as you install this, and any versions or updates or whatever that come after this will be installed identically as you see here in the in this tutorial, if you install NTW 3 exactly how they tell you to install it as well, these two mods will not conflict at all. And the only way to have them both working like that, it's not that hard. All you have to do is, we have a launcher, so if you click play on our launcher, right, assuming you started from a vanilla standpoint, and you want to switch it over to NTW 3, on our launcher you would just reload our launcher and click revert, and I'll show you those buttons. And then you would go over to NTW 3's launcher, like you're gonna go play there, and then you click play over there. So you can click play on whichever launcher you want to play that game. Just ensure that if you played a different mod before that, like for example mine, you revert to vanilla through that launcher, that mod's launcher first, before you come over to the NTW 3 launcher, and vice versa. So before you come over to my launcher and press launch, you just make sure you press restore vanilla over on NTW 3, and again vice versa. And you'll see those buttons here on the launcher here in a second when I show you its features. You see here it doesn't take all that long, and due to the fact that it's wrapped up in the installer, the download is not as horrendous as it was before with the RAR, but it's kind of equatable. But definitely the install is it's so streamlined and very easy for you guys. That's why usually I go like 20 minutes into the tutorial, speaking to you, very rudimentary, very, you know, to the point. I'm not going to go ahead and launch ACW yet, because I want to show you the launcher first. Actually, that's just going to launch some launcher. So I'm going to go ahead and click finished here. And here's a launcher system. So this is a new ACW launcher. Looks pretty nice. This is a updating bulletin board essentially that we can update at any time, as long as your computer is connected to the internet. Every time you load this, it will refresh every 5 minutes to ensure no matter what we put out on our bulletin, it will be always up to date for you guys. So you can see here 2.0 is out. And you can also say, for example, if 2.1 or something comes out, click on that and it'll send you over here to where you can easily go to the files and download. That's where we just were a little bit ago. We have a little roadmap down here. So 2.1 is in the testing phase right now. If we needed 2.1, which we will eventually, but right now we've seen it, you know, there needs to be a need for a 2.1 before we put one out. But that definitely will come. It's just in the testing phase right now. Tech support and all that stuff. And then if you do need tech support or anything like that, let me move on to the features. So you can revert to vanilla. So if you've played the game and you want to go play in NTW 3, just click revert here and then go over the NTW 3 launcher and press launch over there. And then vice versa, if you want to come back over here. If you need to come to our Discord, you just click on the Discord button here and it'll send you over to our Discord scene here. And we got like a tournament going on right now where if you win the tournament, you get to add a custom unit to the mod when that comes in 2.1. You get games that are happening all the time. A very active Discord. If you want to find games for this, 90% of the games you're going to see on the server browsers coming from our Discord. So it's a really good place to go over there and learn and enjoy the mod for sure. If you want to check out the user guide where you can get a more basic rundown or very baby talk rundown basically of how this mod works compared to other mods, or how this mod is particular in its battle system, here you can just click on the user guide and it'll bring you to the website where it's streaming the user guide for you guys. Super easy, super rudimentary. Everything you need to know is here. And again, what isn't answered, just go over to the Discord. If you're having trouble, just go over to Discord and bug tech support will help you there. Okay, so all you need to do now from here on out to play the game is just launch. It's as simple as that, guys. I'm just going to show you that it does pop up. I'll show you some of the armies really quick. And it really does, it isn't more complicated than that. I'm really satisfied with what we put out, my good friend Hunter and I, and I really hope you all enjoy it. All right, we should be up here in just a second. If you don't hear music or anything, that's because I've turned it off for the video and stuff like that. But we got a nice video playing in the background there. Go to land battle, click one of the maps. Let's load this up. You can see the unit roster here all the way down. So we have this is all army of this is in 1.7, the Gettysburg armies here, and then you got Stuart's Cav Corps in that. But this here, I got Bragg's Corps, Hardy's Corps, Polk's Corps from the Army of Mississippi at Shiloh, and they're opposing armies of the Army of Ohio and Army of Tennessee at Shiloh as well. You can see here also the dates are marked so you can understand where these come from. So this is like 9th Corps, 1862 from Antietam. Here's the Union Army at Manassas versus Confederate Army of Manassas. And again, these all have, just to show you real quick, these all have the generals that were there. They have their names, and you can see what brigade they were in, so you can bring the specific brigades, and this is the actual size of the units that were there, and all the guns as well that were available. And then Chickamauga, so we have the Army of Tennessee, left wing and right wing here, versus the Union Army of 14th Corps and 20/21st Corps. We both corps are in a single army selection here. but both those cores, because they just, it's just how the organization was for the battle. You have all those here, every single cav unit, their proper size, every single infantry unit, their proper size, and skirmishers, and all the artillery you to bring. It's rather impeccable, and they all have their unit descriptions and their unit names, including the generals as well, so you can read up. So yeah, that's the end of this. That's all you guys got to do. So really quick, I'll show you how, just in case you need to, if something went wrong or it's not loading properly, or when you click on the launcher here, and this is the most basic problem that comes up nowadays, when they click on the launcher, nothing happens. And that's because you got the install location wrong. So if you follow the way I did it here, you shouldn't get it wrong at all. But if you did, no biggie. All you have to do is go ahead and right click on the launcher here. You're going to go to open file location. In here, no matter where, this happens to be in the right location, but no matter where you are, this uninstall 000.exe will always be in the same location as this. So as long as you go to the file location here through this launcher that you created on your desktop, you'll find this uninstall here. All you need to do is run this uninstall. Yep. And yes, and it will uninstall the mod, and now you can retry the installation process, because before, if you didn't uninstall it first, you can't run the installer again, if that makes sense. But yeah, that should be all. Again, if you have any other questions, don't be afraid to come over to the Discord. That link will be in the description if you can't get to it through the launcher, but there's no reason you shouldn't be able to do that. And beyond that, that's all. I hope to see you guys over there. And enjoy the mod, guys.